You know, it's one of those mornings. I swear, my cats think that I have nothing better to do than to serve them. Huh? Yeah, you think? All right. No, it's one of those mornings. I swear, my cats think that I have nothing better to do. Well, we get a few people going. Hi, morning, folks. I am back on the air. Morning, Vicky. Well, it's not morning for. No, it's not morning for you. You're lying. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, they say, you hear Mike. It's Mike. Hello, folks. How you doing? I'm going to do I guess this is my warm-up show. Um, I'm only going to probably do about 2 hours. Uh, my Lemons for Leukemia challenge is filmed. That'll be going up prior to my live stream today. And I'm actually making notes for that live stream as we speak. So I have a link to create. And my cats are just knobs. As Mike and my fellow British brethren would say, they are proper bellends. They really are. Links up if anybody wants to come in the hangout. Mike probably does, just to probably say nasty things to me, I betcha. Oh, so how's everybody feeling this morning? Thank you for dropping in. In fact, for any of my streams thus far, this is probably the most people I've had in the shortest amount of time. I deeply appreciate that. Says I'm doing something people like. I got a thumbs down yet? I actually look forward to that. Did I get one? No, I didn't get one yet. You know, some troglodyte's going to come in here and go, oh man, he's not doing anything but the Beach Boys. You're tired. You're tired, Vicky. I bet you are, actually. Good day, sir. What are you doing? You in your car? You're in your car. You're in the car.
I'm in the car.
What on earth are you're probably running around doing? Be doing your family business.
No, not today. I'm just on my way to the fish shop.
Oh my God, don't do that, man. I was thinking about running up today and I don't have time.
No. I'm going to. It's about an hour and a half away from my house, but they've got a really nice cataphilia.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's actually some of Nick's stock. Nick Chan started to sell corals.
Yep.
It's actually some of his stock, so I'm going over there to pick it up. It's a gold cataphilia.
Ooh. You'll be showing that off. You'll be showing that off.
Oh, it's friggin' huge as well.
Oh, even better, right?
Yeah. But I'm just currently in the queue for McDonald's, and I think I'm going to sack it off because it's hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sack it off.
I don't blame you. You know, I can't even eat McDonald's anymore, eh?
No, man. I'll get something else.
So.
Tribal people have just turned up, so fuck it. I mean, sack it, sorry.
Yeah. You gotta say it right.
gotta say it right. Don't swear.
I did that.
I've done dead well for the past couple of years, not swearing. And then all of a sudden, the past couple of months, I've just been proper on the swear train.
Oh, life's like that, though. I'll go through periods I don't swear so much, and then it's just like I said, it becomes a comma. You look at somebody and it's just like, no other word works for you except bleep. Like it just, it's like Aussies, right? It's, they love using the C word like it's like that, right? And you're just like,
yeah.
Here, But the problem here is the moral right had a lot of control in North America for a very long time. And blah, blah, blah. We won't even get into that debate in this country, especially here in the Atlantic provinces. Yeah. Your ammonia and your phos creeped up, Deraticat? Your ammonia crept up? You've got a death in the tank, sir.
Fuck is she doing? Just pulled out of the roundabout. Just pulled out like because there's no other cars were there.
Morning, Melanie.
Sorry, language again.
No, you're gonna get mad, Paul. You got to sit down in this. I don't know. We'll. It's not like I can edit you on the fly and put a 30-second delay on it, right? Well, some of our streams, all we be doing is hitting the beep sensor button, right?
you need to get yourself a soundboard and just follow my sentences, and you'll know when it's coming. You'll be able to preempt me.
But you know what? My problem would be is then Paul being here, Nick could be in here, Reef G, any of the guys that are generally in here. It would be, I think to death. It's very possible. Yeah, it's very possible. It could have been if you had a very large amount of spaghetti worms. Yeah, I actually have seen that. Duraticat's got a creep up of ammonia, and his phos is now creeping up, and he thinks that he might have had a large death of spaghetti worms because they're not getting fed. So, detritivores, people don't consider that your detritivores, your bristleworms, and all that can starve in an ultra clean environment. Usually, it's not possible, but I have heard of it. So,
no, stuff like that. Well, I would probably say I'm 90% sure that it won't be down to that, because like they can survive on next to nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for you to have a collection of them all die at once, enough to give you an ammonia spike. I don't know how big Duraticat's tank is.
I'm about to ask that actually. How big's your tank, Duraticat? For you to get a spike of 0.25 on ammonia, something
with spaghetti worms.
With spaghetti worms is pretty rare. You'd have to have a lot of them. Like, do you have a large collection of bodies piled up in a corner?
It looked like a spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah, the grossest one ever. And some French guy would eat it, right?
Oh yeah, standard.
I just want to meet the French guy that looked at snails and went, "I want to eat that." I just want to meet that guy.
I want to meet the person that milked a cow for the first time.
Well, we all say that. I think that's universal. Who looked at a cow and said, "I want to drink what comes out of there"? You just picture some guy looking at a calf who's, nursing and going, he looks like he's really enjoying himself.
I'm getting in on that action.
I'm getting in on that. Yeah. I want to meet the first guy that got kicked in the head by a cow for doing it.
I'm just about to, I don't know how long I'll stay on for because I'm going over I call it the hills, the mountains, whatever people call it, but I'm basically going to go over the spine of the country and there's no connection at all.
No, I hear you there. I live in a country that's like every other foot.
Yeah.
You saw the drive. That's not even, that is not the mountainous part of this country. You want to see, do we have anybody in Alberta that gets on the streams? There's got to be somebody that's in Banff or Whistler that I can get to show outside and show you the Rockies, literally like in their backyard type deal, right? We call the main drag through the Rockies Hell's Pass.
Right.
I've done it. It is. Our 3-ton truck, fully loaded with 4 tons of gear, crept up that hill at give or take, I think it was 60 kilometers an hour was the fastest we could go. So whatever that is in miles, like 40 miles an hour. Couldn't get it to go any faster.
So do you use kilometers?
Yeah, we use kilometers. Yeah, like I said, we're really schizophrenic with this stuff.
Well, even in America, they use miles per hour.
Yeah, they don't use the metric system at all. You start saying mils and stuff to them, and they get it because that's what the fish stuff comes in, right? So you get a syringe and it says mils, so they understand it because it says it, right? But if you want them to convert it, it ain't happening. You know what I mean? Like, I still have trouble inches to metric. Um, you tell me it's 3 and 5/16, and I'll look at you silly. And if you told me to convert to metric, it's like, you got Google it.
Yeah, 3 and 5/16, and all that. That's just like, oh no, just tell me in millimeters. 225 millimeters.
You
Boom,
got
done.
it.
You know what I mean?
You got it. You can build a house with that, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
And then cars, it's even worse, and we both know that. You have imperial and metric in your car for your socket sizes and stuff, right? And you're just like, why? And the Germans are really good at it too. So he said, what do you mean? I said, I own a car that I literally have had, it was 50-50. Usually on an American model car, it's about 80-20. So 80% imperial, 20% metric stuff. On a German car, it is literally almost 50-50. Yeah. So, you better have both your sets out right now. Why? Because you're going to need them. Morning, Jeff. Morning, Hammy. If you haven't subscribed to me, please do. No, I'm kidding.
Please, I need the subscription.
So that's why I'm in bed like Brian Wilson, guys.
I'm all alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Oh my God.
Me you're looking for. Nope.
Nope. Oh, okay. Wrong year. Wrong decade. What is it? Hello. It's me. Yeah. I gotta. And
brought because I'm going to the fish shop. I brought the big guns with me today. Brought the big gun with me.
Oh, nice, nice.
Whenever I leave the house, I always bring it with me just in case, because you just never know. So,
yeah, hold on a second. I'm gonna stop presenting for a second here. So, go ahead. Show them what you're bringing.
Oh,
very quick. Here we go.
The big boy.
Oh,
4K camera. The microphone that I've got, this Rode mic, this is like probably the best invention ever if you do vlogs. Or even if when you video using an external mic, especially a battery powered one, this one literally is so worth the investment. It's not cheap, it's about £250 for a microphone, but oh my God, is it worth it? Because, and this is one of the main things why it's worth it. It's got a load of settings on the back, like low cut filters and all that lot. But the major best thing about it is two things. Number one, it has its own battery, so you can actually charge it in body. So you never have to take the battery out. You can do, but you never have to. And if for whatever reason the battery runs out, you can put double A's in it. So you're fine there. But the battery literally lasts days and days and days. And when you turn your camera on, the microphone turns on. When you turn the camera off, the microphone turns off.
Oh,
now,
that's
anybody that has used the microphone that is powered will understand my pain here. Like, you turn that microphone on, you start filming, you forget to turn it off, the battery runs out, your day of filming's done because you've got no microphone.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You do a load of filming, you're doing everything, you're catching all sorts of audio and all that, you forgot to turn it on. I've done a full video on location without turning the microphone on. Gets home, starts watching the thing, and all you can hear is this.
Yeah. Mike,
you're like,
the red LED that comes on generally lets you know. Is there an LED
but it's on the back? Most of them are on the back. So if you're vlogging, the LED's on this side, you never see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So honestly, that microphone, it's the Rode Pro Video Mic Pro Plus, and it's an absolute godsend.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I'm headed that way. I have the immediate, fallout from going unemployed. But I've read some stuff. I was on my. We have EI is what they call it here, employment insurance, which is always a misnomer. It used to be called unemployment insurance. What's the difference, guys? What are you trying to say? Don't quit your job? Absolutely what they're trying to say. Because you can't get unemployment in this country if you quit. Well, you can, but boy, the hoops you'll jump through, you might as well stay at your job. 9:30, the dog is still in bed sleeping. Must be nice, yeah. She's a dog. I got a cat sleeping at my feet. There's one sleeping on my tank. But yeah, it's definitely American Reefing. Just reading it over. So I'm headed to a point where I was thinking about the camera, and it's like, well, if I go looking, I bet you I can get a used Rebel, probably a T3 up, T3i for those that don't know the model.
Yeah, yeah.
XT, I think, is what the one I want, which has that ability to put that kind of mic on it, and sort of take it from there. And my friend said, well, are you going to get the Marantz podcast mic? And I went, I think I'm gonna. It's only $70, and it comes with a desk mount, so I can actually have a proper mic in front of me. And when I'm doing my voiceovers, it'll pick it up better, right? So I can actually control that even more and cancel out more background noise. Because if you listen to a few of my videos, you will hear I have a air cleaner in my room. And I have that because I do sit at my desk, and when I'm doing certain things, of course, being a smoker, I will smoke more. So I like to try and keep that down and keep it out of the rest of the house, right? So,
Yeah.
but it's funny that you showed that camera, and it's one of those things I've been thinking of. Like, I got to get a good camera so I can put that yellow filter on, so at the blue light stages, like the tank's in now, I can still show off that coral or show off
No,
that fish.
no, no, no.
I know you don't like it. It's not right.
Those filters, no. I can film a reef tank perfectly fine with this, with no filter on it.
And it works just great. Is that a Canon?
No, it's Panasonic. But it's not about the camera, so to speak. Obviously, I've got like ISO settings. I've got some buttons there, so I can change the ISO and the white balance and stuff. So I can change the Kelvin color of the video that I'm filming. But what you really want to do is adjust your lighting of your tank. Don't mess about with these filters because they just don't look true. Look crap. In my opinion, I don't like them.
I think it's more for the clarity filter. I'm not imagining trying to change the color. It's just the blue washes out. But if I had a camera that I can adjust far enough, get the ISO and the f-stop and everything into a certain range, and of course white balance, right? Then yeah, you know what I mean? I'd leave it alone. Oh, that looks good enough. That's fine, right?
Yeah, if you've got a camera that's got settings that you can adjust the white balance, the ISO, stuff like that, you don't need those filters. And then, obviously, to get yourself in a good position, you prepare. It's like if you're on a shoot, you might have to use additional lighting to light, the set or whatever. It's the same for a reef. When you're filming, you can't just turn your camera on and just go because you won't get that look. You have to set up the stage. You know what I mean? So you have to adjust your lighting.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a big thing. Hey, Duraticate, see you later then. I'll definitely be going for at least probably 2 hours, and I got 2 hours of some pre-work I got to do, and I got to return that Viking helmet. So the lady was kind enough to rent it to me very, very cheaply, so I'll make sure to very much return it on time. So not that I think Viking helmets are flying out the door.
Have you seen how beautiful it is around here? I've got my camera on.
Yeah, no, when you get your camera around, put it up, I'll present.
How beautiful it is around here.
Yeah, look at that, eh?
So this is the Pennines. This is basically the spine of the country. So I'm just about to go from west to east. But
yeah, I'm going to tell Michael to talk about it. Right, look, driving on the wrong side of the road.
This is the correct side of the road.
Yeah, we'll argue that till the cows come home, son.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell everybody where you're going. There's been a few questions, Mike. I'm going to go grab another Java for the morning here.
I'm on my way to Fit Filtration over in Sheffield. It's a fish shop, and it's also the company that built my tank in conjunction with Nick Chan over at Aquarium Cabinet Solutions. Nick does the cabinets and Fit Filtration does the tank. So it's like a great combination of the two. So I'm just on my way over there now, but just I've got nowhere to mount my phone, so I could just put my phone somewhere. But so that's where I'm on my way to, and it's a nice drive. It's a really nice drive round here. Nice twisty roads, especially if you've got a bike. Really nice round here if you've got a bike. And then summer, when all the trees are green and or even winter when up there on the mountains up there, when there's snow on the mountains up there, beautiful. And I don't know how long the connection is going to last, but there is a section in a bit where we have to drive over like a reservoir. It's really, really nice, really nice. Look at that over there. You won't think this was like central England, would you? I can't see the chat, guys, so I can't really reply to anyone if anyone's talking. But yeah, look, there's like a little reservoir, a big lake down there, just down there. And then we've got all like the Pennines. I don't know if you call it mountains or hills. And I was like, they're big, but obviously they've seen bigger. Oh, there's the lake down there.
There you go. Thanks, Mike.
I don't know how long I'm going to last because I'm getting like quite deep into the middle now. But yeah,
you got to be careful on the road, right?
It's not so much that; it's just the connection because it gets rural now, so the connection drops. But there's the lake down there and the mountains and stuff. So it is beautiful. It's a beautiful drive. Don't mind making this drive. Nice twisty roads. So when it's a bit drier, not when it's like this, it's too wet, but when it's a bit drier, nice twisty roads to throw around, especially if you're on a bike.
I bet you Melanie'd love driving that on her big Beamer.
Oh, she's got a GS, hasn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, can you believe it? People live up there?
Yep, I do.
Like that. Freezing.
Yeah, but that's because
there's even snow still. It's not snow for about a week now, and there's still snow up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about climate and everything, right? If you actually, you saw that drive I was doing. You saw the snow.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't. That doesn't tend to go away until almost May, for us. If we get a lot of rain, yeah, gone, right? So you're on the way up to your LFS, and it's like, you better be careful because the road's now frozen.
Yeah.
You know, so on and so forth, right? So.
Oh, look at that over there. It looks like a winter wonderland over there. Well, you can see it, but look over there. It's just all white.
Yeah.
Crazy that, isn't it?
Like, it is.
It wasn't even raining before where I lived. It was like, it weren't too bad. And then obviously we're going higher and higher here. But yeah, the snow still on the top.
Yeah.
It's raining.
So you're heading north?
No, east.
You're going east. Okay.
Yeah, going northwest to northeast.
Yeah, nice.
I might actually, I don't know if the connection will stay on, but I am about to go over the lake.
Yep.
And it looks nice. I think once I get past the lake, that's when it starts to go off.
No, it's definitely, when you're looking at, the different countries we all live in, like, there's no, I tell people the difference between the U.S. and Canada is moderate as far as the look, right? Yet, because we have one different colored leaf in New Brunswick in the Atlantic provinces, people come up from New York, they call them leafers, right? Leafers, leafers, right? And they come up here just to see that in the fall. And I just take it for granted when I'm driving that the color of the hills is what it is, right? So I'm going to try to catch a few of the things like that. I have not had enough coffee, folks. So, we lost Mike because he is driving over the spine of the country. So his reception is going to be a little spotty. Castles for sale? There are lots of castles for sale in Britain. You'd be surprised.
There we go.
Yeah, you're back. It's fine. We know you're going to drop out.
I'm back.
You are back.
All right, okay. Yeah, I just went over it then. You missed it. Boo.
Yeah. Boo. What do you mean you can't get reception up there? What the hell's wrong with you people? You know what's funny? I noticed the other day, driving up to Fredericton, which is about what you're doing, right? It's about an hour's drive, an hour and a bit. And I noticed there were cell towers on top of the water towers. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing those. I don't know why it just struck me like, huh, all right. Must be safe. They put it on top of the water tower. And, being that our country, we have no issues getting fresh water in this country. None, right? Like, that's never been an issue here. And we've stopped the U.S. from buying our water 6 times in the last 20 years, trying to input, run pipelines so they can run fresh water in. Yeah, not sure why. Well, I suppose, whatever. I'd have to look into that to find out why that is. But it's always funny when I'll hear about somebody like, I think Bubba Shinobi, his TDS coming in is like over 700. And he uses like a 6-stage or 7-stage RODI unit because his water is that dirty. And I think my water is dirty because it's 27. Okay, So we got a few more people hanging around. A few less, I guess, technically. How's everybody doing? Woody, thanks for popping in. Dave's Nanotank, you're here. How you doing this lovely morning? You got enough coffee and cigarettes, buddy? You guys got Reefapalooza or something going on this weekend as well or something? Or is it next week or something? Or is it in May? I don't remember. Oh, Mike's dropped out again. He's driving through the mountains there, so. Oh, there's probably not enough coffee to make this day better. I just woke up and it's just funny. I literally had that song laying in bed like Brian Wilson did by the Bare Naked Ladies playing in my head. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be that kind of day. June. That's it, Dave. Thank you. Is there... Oh, there's got to be some event. Somebody was talking about it there last night, so I'll figure it out. I'm sure someone will oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Tang in a glass. Yeah. I think she's already up. Sonora County, something like that. Nope. So I'll present my screen for now since we lost Mike. My blue calm cleaning up tank. It's looking much better now. Oh, I got, along with that stream, I also have my maintenance schedule I got to get on today. So I don't have any water changes per se to do, but I'm getting ready to do a big one on my 120. I noticed a little, I think it's diatom. Doesn't look like anything else, but I got a small bloom, so I'm guessing my tank went through a little mini cycle of some sort. As I've said before, above my 120, it's just coming back into balance, so. Ooh, pink frog spawn. There we go, cruising along on the highway. I'll tell you, Melanie, if you download songs, see if you can find Matt Minglewood rocking down the highway. It popped into my head the other day, so it was just funny. You were talking about riding a motorcycle and going to Santa Cruz. There you go. No motorcycling in the halls, he says. No motorcycling in the halls, exactly. Melanie's right. That doesn't sound like fun. How else are you going to scare children? Come on now. You know, it's funny. YouTube just notified me I'm streaming. Thank you. I was not aware I was streaming. Oh, so how's everybody else this fine morning? What are you guys up to today? I know what Melanie's up to. She's going to get herself some pink tip frogs. Is it pink tip? Or is it much more than a pink tip? Gonna roll me a stogie. Pink tip. Oh, I'm sure it'll still be beautiful. I'm very partial to blue tip. I don't know why. Just a tip. Just dip the toe. So, when you get down into it, it's like I I don't know. I got a buddy of mine thinks that I should do a uh, Nacerius snail type thing, like Coral Fish 12G did, and use Burn It to the Ground by Nickelback, because I can sing that way, and do it about bristleworms, because a big, huge trend that I've noticed, feel free to jump in on this, guys. Women particularly hate bristleworms. So my wife's like that, will literally run out of the room and say, burn it with fire. I know Tina's the same way, and probably rightfully so for her. One of her firefish uh, pulled one out of its burrow, and of course, all he can use is his mouth, and he ended up starving because he burned. His mouth got messed up so bad from that. I mean, I know they're a fundamental part of the reef tank. They need to be there. They're detritivores, so I understand it. I don't want to mess with them too much. I'll remove as many as I can when I'm doing my dips and whatnot, but I don't actively try to get them out of my tank. And if your tank's overrun with them, it should be telling you something. So, nope. So, but yeah, what's your guys' feeling on bristleworms? Let's do that. Nope, nothing going on. Here we go. Well, Mike will be back. Worm, bristleworms, yes. Fireworms are, yeah. Well, fireworms are different. That's for sure, right, Dave? Yeah. I've been stung by bristleworms. Not that big a deal. A fireworm, on the other hand, I don't think I want to try. So if you're not aware, I do have a live stream coming up today. It'll be 3 Eastern, 4 Atlantic, and 8 o'clock British summertime. And it's going to be on planning, setup, and implementation. Uh, Mostly what I'm going to be doing is something to the akin of setting up a tank and doing it as effectively as you can on the budget that you have. So kind of starting off with hang on the back equipment, going to drilling and whatnot, and just sort of quibbling and talking about that, because it's not as much a hot topic as, say, like ick or something of that nature might get into, but there are people who have very strong feelings about how you should set up a tank. Personally, I think they should stop being so butthurt. So, so I had quite a successful tank with hang on the back stuff, and I know lots of people who have and still do. Well, that plate's got his tentacles way out this morning. I think that's a good sign, right? Plates always mystify me because they connect so weird. I can attest to that, Dave. She's always up early. I've seen me start to stream at 9, which would be like 5 in the morning her time, and I've seen her on my stream. So, and I love that you're here, Mel. Around 4 p.m. Okay, that's a little late. I've had that up on the my thing for a while, so it's not like I can change the time and get away with it. But yeah, it's people can go do that. That's going to take a little while. They can come over. Do you know what he's giving away today, Dave? Any ideas? Any inside info? I'm going to have to cut those mushrooms off that plug. Yep. So, nice. Now, is it going to be for him, or do you know what the gift card's for? Because it's not like Billy doesn't have some great acrylic. He does acrylic, right, Billy? I thought so. Oh, that's going to be a nice giveaway. He's giving away that card. That'll be awesome. Somebody gets that. And is he doing that on his channel? What's up, big guy? What are you doing? Nice. Oh, he hit 3K. Awesome. I had not noticed that. Well, it doesn't actually notify me, so and I haven't checked him out in a while. That's awesome to hear. He had 3,000 subscribers. He's on his way. Nope. Yeah, I got no emails I got to worry about. Nope. Good. Oh, I got a little bit of streaming left to do, and then I got some cleanup to do, and a little running around today. It's not too bad. Like I said, I got to return a Viking helmet that I rented for the Lemons for Leukemia Challenge, and then a little bit of setup notes. I'm actually probably going to start a little more on that again, just so I can hit the high points, so to speak, about what I want to talk about. I'm probably going to do about an hour on my topic, so that'll work out anyway, Dave. So those that want to jump over. Nice. Yeah, he is. I almost want to get him to build me an insert for my 20-gallon long, just so that I can, compartmentalize it a little more. But mine's working really well. I actually had to fix my Coral Box S150 skimmer. Don't know if I'd recommend that skimmer or not. Nothing happened. Nothing got knocked. And it stopped bubbling. And when I took apart to clean it, if that little bit of hair algae threw that pinwheel out of balance that bad, then blah blah blah. But it seems to be working okay. So I'm guessing it was literally just that, and nothing more. So that'll be good if it keeps working, because it skims great. It's just a matter of getting that in balance. Oh, sounds like Mike's back.
Well, I just got up the hill, and there's been a massive smash, and it's only a 2-lane road, so I've had to turn back around and come back.
No, you're not going now?
I am, but I'm going to have to find an alternate way.
You got to find an alternate route.
Yes, but it's not like the case of you can just, just take a side street or something because you can't get through the hills.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Through it. Yeah, I know exactly what
I've got to go all the way around. So I'll see what the time's like on the sat nav when I get back down. And if it's too long, then I'm going to sack it. We'll see. There is an alternate path, so I don't know how long it takes.
So, Mike, you got any on setting up a new tank and doing it on a budget, so to speak? Doing it just to get that first one set up. You got any equipment advice or thoughts on the subject?
Just go shopping around. eBay is a good place.
Yeah.
Gumtree if you're in the UK. Craigslist if you're in the States, and if you're in
Canada. Yeah.
If you're in Canada. What's it called? What in Canada?
Kijiji. So it's Kijiji. Kijiji is what they call it.
Kijiji. Have a look on there because personally, if you are setting up a new tank, I'd wait a month or two because in the next month or two, people start shutting the tanks down because summer's here and they're going on holiday and spending more time in the sun than they are with the tanks, and everybody does it every single year. Oh, I'm not spending enough time with the tank, there's no point in me having it. So they sell it, and they sell it for cheap. So if you hang fire for a month or two, all the good deals, you pick up some silly deals. Like I remember picking up an MP60 once for 150 pounds or something when it's like a 600-pound pump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those where you can pick stuff up and then get your bits in. You could probably set up a nice tank for really cheap in the next month or two, or buy a full setup.
Exactly.
Again, lots of people don't want the hassle of having loads and loads of people come around to the house to pick up a coral here, pick up a coral there, get a wave maker here, get a set of lights there. They'd rather just sell it in one hit, and you can get things cheaper when they come as one package. So whereas if you was to break down a tank, you could probably earn £600, for example, plucking something out of the air.
Yep.
But if you was to sell it all in one piece, you probably only get 300, like half the price. So just things like that really. When you're setting up for the first time and you're on a budget, just look out for the good deal.
You got it. Like that Jessica N that was in last night.
Yeah.
The one who inherited the tank, so to speak, right? And I said, did you inherit it or did you pay for it? And she goes, well, no, we had to pay a little. And I said, well, I'm very curious because it's a 220-gallon tank or 240 she's got, plus the 30. And to come to find out, she said, I'm embarrassed to say. I said, then don't. I said, it's nobody's business. And she goes, well, no, it's because we only had to pay to move it. So she got the entire setup, right? MP40 pumps. There's an M1 Vectra, I think, and for her return. A huge skimmer. Radion lights, like it. Literally what most people are trying to shoot for on the equipment list, and I think it only cost her $100 or $120. That's a super deal. That was luck because that was family, right? But I have seen guys selling like 180-gallon full setup, $600, which go ahead.
I used to make money off it. I used to have my own transport company, so I had vans. 4-meter long vans, panel vans. So I used to just basically tell people, you want to get rid of a system, you want a thingy, just give me a shout, I'll come pick it up. Because they have the ability to just jump in the van and go get it.
Yep.
So I used to make quite a bit of money out of tank breakdown because you say to him, right, here's a couple of them.
Well, yeah, if you're making 100% profits too, right? It's a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pay 50 quid for something, sell it for 100. And
yeah.
it's still half the price of a new one. You're gonna make money. It's that simple, right? Yeah.
But sometimes you make even more than that because you bought a full setup for like 300, for example, and you might have like an MP40 in there. You know what I mean? Which you're going to sell for 100 plus.
Yep.
So if you've got two of them, there's your money straight away. That's your outlay. Everything else is profit. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yeah. If you
So
got the means, i.e., you're able to pick it up and able to store it, it's absolutely a good way to go if you want to make a little money. Yeah.
yeah,
Because there's always somebody getting out of the hobby.
always.
Always. It's a hard road to stick with, and a lot of people don't want that. They just want that instant gratification of look at that. And when they realize it isn't quite that easy, they don't want to do it anymore, right? Or like you were saying, right? They're too busy. They never get to see their tank. I understand that as well. What's the point of looking after this thing that you're looking after it? See, for me, the looking after it is looking at the tank. You know what I mean? I get to enjoy it. Plus, I keep the life support system running on it. So, for me, that's almost the same thing as sitting down and just watching the tank. And I get to do that too, and I do that when I want to, right?
Yeah. I'm the opposite, man. I hate that part. I
I
want
know.
to just walk in and just enjoy it, sit in the chair and not have to touch it.
Yeah, you have
I don't
mentioned
want to
that
do all
before. Yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't like that part.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just actually made the house water there. I use my RODI unit to make house water. I just pull it off the RO section so that it's not it hasn't passed through the DI, and it's great taste
Just use the
water.
waste. Just use the waste.
Sorry?
Just use the waste.
No. The waste is too heavy in TDS. It's actually more than the water coming into my.
It is actually, to be fair. It is.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Yeah, but the RO would be a little cleaner than what's coming in, but it wouldn't be so clean as to be unhealthy. So,
To be honest, where I am, I can drink the waste because my TDS is 24 going into the unit anyway,
yeah.
and then it comes back out at 34. Before the membrane.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
So it's what's it called?
I like to honk the horn just to let the other drivers know I'm around. Right.
It's going to move forward a little bit for me. It's going to move forward a little bit for me. I'm trying to reverse in, and you're just looking straight right round there. Yeah, it's all right. Well, I'm on the yellows now. You know what I mean? All right, mate.
A polite traffic incident. So in the chat, who we still got in here? I swear some days I should just call this the Mike and Craig show. I may have to mute him for a second. There we go. Hey, Dre. How's it going? Nope. So Mike's obviously involved in something there, so we'll keep an eye out for a moment. I guess there was an accident on his route to get to the LFS, and he's trying to find an alternate route. So Dre, you're a name that I've barely seen. I'm great today. I feel pretty good. Looks like I'm going to have to get another cup of coffee on the go here. It's going down smooth, I'm telling you. Or going down fast to try and wake me up, one of the two. And I'm also coming up on, no, I took my meds already. Yes, I did. Diabetes medication taken and heart pills. There we go. So, Dre, what size tank you got? Because I think you told me you're the one with the little ammonia spike there. Morning, Lisa. Lovely Lisa Aqua Love is in the house, folks. Oh, Britain's the UK in general for driving is if you look up worst drivers, a lot of them are going to come from Europe, and specifically a lot do come from the UK. It's not quite as bad as like say Belarus or Russia, but it's pretty wicked. Well, she's on the stream at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm guessing she feels a little all right. I'm hoping she is. You might have had a mild bacteria die off from something, Dre, as well, I was thinking. If you have any bacteria, CChem stability would be a good thing in that situation. You could also just ATM colony or Dr. Tim's one and only, but I think stability in this case would probably be okay. And I am good, Lisa. How are you? I got to finish my lemons to leukemia thing. I did it. I'm looking at the footage. I don't like it, so I'm going to redo it. I have time. You want to set up a 75? Well, you know what, Dre? Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to grab a coffee right quick. It's only in the kitchen, I swear. And I'm going to grab my notepad that I've been taking notes on for what I want to talk about today. So, curiously enough, and just goes to show my thoughts on community. Billy Pipes is doing a $333 gift card giveaway. It's either for eBay or for Amazon. I can't remember which one. If Dave, he said both, so he's not sure which one as well. Anyway, I'll grab that notepad and I'll pick your brain on what you would like to know about, so that I can see if that jives up or if it's something I can add for my topics. So, how you doing, Mike?
I'm all right now.
You're all right now?
People winding me up, cutting me up.
Yeah.
Just trying to pull into a parking space and you just chip right in behind me.
Oh, you know. Yeah. See? Yeah. Anyway, I was talking to Dre. He's getting ready to set up a 75-gallon, so he can't wait for my stream, he's telling me, which is very nice. I do love hearing that, by the way. Somebody actually gives a crap that I'm doing something. But I'm going to check that out. This is how much coffee I drink. That's 2 cups already, Mike, and I'm headed for the 3rd.
Oh, no.
And that's, like, I live on that. I call it heavy fuel. You ever listen to Dire Straits? Remember heavy fuel?
I've been shaking like a chihuahua.
Nah. Even if I did, just call me Jittery Joe. No, it's really funny that my doctor just looked at me and he goes, "Whatever you're doing, don't change it, because your sugars are in line with where we want it. Your blood pressure's a little high. We'll fix that. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, okay, I know what you're going to tell me, so let's not even talk about it. All right. No.
I'm in an area that I've never been to before. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, Sultans of Swing is one of my favorite songs, Mel. Actually, you really want to have a good laugh, Mel, there's a fella, Leah Marciello. He does hard rock, heavy metal covers of big songs. Frog Leap Studios is the name of his channel, I do believe. But if you check out Leo Marciello, So I think it's March, something like that. But you'll find them. But look up Sultans of Swing, and he did a cover of that, and it's actually, you know, I mean, I love the original, obviously, right? But you know, being a hard rock guy too, I can appreciate what he's doing because I've done that. My version of Jumpin' Jack Flash when I was in a band did not sound like the Rolling Stones. So
what type of band was you in?
you would class it in our country like a top 40 rock band. So we would try to be as current. But the problem is almost every top 40 band then degrades into a classic rock band. Because that's just the way it works, right? Everybody wants to hear like a national institution in Canada, and Lisa's going to chime in immediately when I say it, is a band called The Tragically Hip. And I literally, for 30 years, at least played one of their songs every time. At least one, if not two or three. And, you know, my claim to fame was I could play 3 guitar parts in one riff myself in a song called Ahead by a Century. And it's 3 guitar parts, and I figured out a way to play 2 of them at the same time. So it would sound right. And we rocked it just mildly. And when I say rocked it, I mean literally just added a little to it. We didn't go nuts. And that one I was pretty popular for. And the other one was a song called Little Bones, which has some of the greatest lines in history in it, I swear. Yeah. But unfortunately, and I'll tell you, it was almost a national day of mourning. The lead singer of that band, his name was Gordy Downey, got brain cancer. So they went on a final tour, and it was such a big deal. The final concert of this little small tour, they broadcast nationwide.
Right.
So, you know, and it was pretty emotional. You know, a lot of people who are huge fans. I mean, I like the Hip. Don't get me wrong. We just call them the Hip. But if you watch top tens, so tens with the Z, he did a thing about Canada, like top 10 things about Canada that nobody gets, right? Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, mostly classic rock. You know, I do Motley Crue, and you do the lighter stuff from them but I didn't. We did Looks to Kill, right? Because there's still that huge hair metal hard rock movement that everybody loves that stuff, right? I would do like Gary Newman Cars. You know what I mean? I just would rock the hell out of that somehow, right? You know, you know, like just make it a hard rock song, right? You know, and that's what I did. I was just really good at coming up with ways to take a new wave song. I never did Iran. And then a band called Bowling for Soup, which is quite popular in your country, from the U.S. or from Texas. They did it, and I thought, well, see, I told you guys it could be done. There you go, right? You know, and that's what that Leo Marciello fella does. He takes a song that typically like Africa by Toto, totally rocks the hell of it. That's awesome, by the way. I'll see if I'll find them. I'll just link them in the channel, and that way you guys can find them later if you like. Yeah, but Leo, I don't know if he's Swedish or if he's yeah, there he is. Yeah, does Jump Around by House of Pain, does a metal cover. It's hilariously fun. There it is. So yeah, he does stuff like that, and I always thought that would be a cool thing to do, but getting the funds together for the studio like he's got is something else, let me tell you. You think our hobby's expensive? Yeah, go buy a studio board, you know, a good one. Yeah, I guess you guys call it soundboard, right? But you know, mixer.
Yeah, I've got a cheapy one, and even that was like 150.
Yeah, you know, just a small one to do what we need to do, right? You know, on an audio level here. And a friend of mine's like, he said, if you had your way, you'd have a 36 channel SLS board, wouldn't you? And I went, yeah, probably. Because I could do anything with that.
Mine's 12. Mine's 12 channel.
12 channel? Yeah. So, and for those that I just spoke over everybody's head saying a 36 channel SLS board, that's a small one. Def Leppard Hysteria was recorded on SLS board. A lot of the big records you have heard through the 80s, that was the board. Mutt Lange popularized them, and then everybody took off with that. So, yeah. interesting, useless trivia for you. You're welcome. Yeah. You know, well, that's what I'm the king of UFI, man. I should almost make another channel for that. Anybody want some useless information? I got it. Yeah. It isn't going to help you, but it'll brighten your day. Yeah. No, another big thing people do with me is song or movie trivia, and everyone's like, "What's that? What do you mean?" And it's like, you can give me like 2-3 lines from certain songs, and we're talking popular, folks. You know, if you hit me with, you know, Bette Midler's hit in 1973, I'm probably not going to know it. I'm not going to say for sure I don't, but chances are I won't. But you know, that's how that goes, right? And it is. It's somebody asked me, you know, it makes my life complete. I don't know why. It's always been a thing that it's almost like I think I'm trying to outdo a hard drive and see how much information I can cram into my brain that's not necessary. Yeah. No. So for those that are just dropping in, Mike's on his way to an LFS. That's about an hour and a half from him.
It's a bit longer than that now.
Yeah.
I should have been there by now.
Yeah, exactly. He's run into a wee bit of traffic.
I treated myself to a huge pack of chicken fillets.
There you go. Yeah. So I'm going to let Mike take my channel for 20 or 30 seconds while I go grab another coffee, and nature's calling, and when it does, you have to accept the charge. So,
no. You need to get hardcore like me.
Oh, is that, you wear a diaper, do you?
No, I can do 3 hours stints without going.
Oh.
I'm a truck driver and I train my body.
That's probably it. I'm diabetic, so I lose. So I don't have a choice, right?
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, Craig, you had a cup of coffee? Cup of coffee coming out, sir. Yeah.
In and out.
In and out, yeah. I'll be right back, guys, in just about 20 seconds.
I can't see the chat. I don't know what he expects me to do. I don't know what to do. Chicken goujons, anyone? Fillets, even? Right, I've got the chat up, and I think the last one I can see is my saltwater journey. Finally got my Hangouts working. God, was something wrong the last time? I don't know. Not got a clue. Oh, nice. These chicken. Yeah, so supposed to be going over to this local fish shop, and it turns out that this has been the most stupid drive ever. I set off at 2. It's now 3, and I'm no way near. So I don't know what the script is. I hope I make it. I hope I make it before it closes. If not, I'll be ringing him up and saying, I'm on my way, please don't close. Also as well, if you're on my Discord, so basically I have an Aaron's Aquarium Discord group. If you're on my Discord, I'm about to post up some pictures of my reef since I added all of the new corals. So it's a little bit of anybody that's on my Discord, you're going to get like a bit of an exclusive look of my reef tank. Now it's got all the new corals in there. I'm going to be posting those up in a little bit.
Nice.
If you want to join the Discord, you'll have to get the link off me, but I'm driving, so I can't give it you now.
Yeah, there you go. Back, Vicky. Vicky is back. Mad Dog's woman in the house. Or she may not like that, and I'm sorry I said it.
How dare you call Vicky a possession?
A possession?
You male.
I know, such a misogynistic ass. Yeah. And it's like I said to one guy, I'm not a misogynist, man. I love women. Right? And then he looked at me and he just saw the tongue was firmly planted in cheek. And it's like, no, man, I do. But, you know, they're definitely not possessions. I remember I am divorced. I don't know if anybody else has had the pleasure of that. But it was funny because she literally at one point in my life, and me being in a rock band, I wasn't a rock star. It's funny though that my wife's ex calls me the rock star. You hooked up with the rock star? But it was funny because she said that she felt like she didn't matter. It was always everything was about Craig. And I looked at her and I said, "Well, that sounds like a personal problem." And she just looked at me, right? I said, "You got to go out and identify for yourself. That's not my job, unless what, blah, blah, blah." So, and that's all I'm going to say. But it was just really funny to me that I'm looking at you expect me to create your identity? That's your job. You want to create an identity, create one for yourself. And I'll support what you want to do. I guess supporting what you wanted to do was give her a divorce. So, ta-da! You're welcome.
I've been with my wife flipping more or less all of my life.
There you go.
We went to the same school, and then literally as soon as we left school, we got together, and we've been together ever since. So
there you go.
We've been together like what is it? How old am I? Can't work it
out. 17. Well, no, I guess it'd be about 20 years.
No, it's not that long. Yeah, I think it's 16, 17 years.
16, 17 years. Yeah, there you go.
Something like that, yeah. I'd have been getting out on parole now for murder. You know what I mean? And I'm still doing my sentence.
Yeah, that's the way it is, eh?
But Dre just asked me what I was getting from the LFS.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting a cataphilia coral, Dre, also known as an elegance coral, and it's a gold one. Beautiful it is.
Oh, God.
I've been told it's beautiful because I haven't.
Oh, lost him for a second there.
I've seen a video of it, but it was one of those videos that I hate where it's filmed under blues.
Ah, yes.
And you can't bloody see anything. But it looks huge.
Nice. My wife's a big fan of elegance, and if it is goldish yellow color, she's gonna flip out. She's gonna want one. And it's like, well, if you can get to Britain and get one, get it. You're cutting out, Mike, just to let you know, in case you're yakking away. I'm gonna guess if it's gold, it's probably an Australian. Oh, you're coming in all. I got to figure out what the name of that movie was, where the dead son was speaking from beyond the grave, or father. I forget what it was called. 10 years. I was with my ex for 14 years. I swear, Vicky, I just read I have been, and I thought it said dealing with Mad Dog, not just with Mad Dog. So. Mike, are you there?
I'm here.
There you are.
Hold on. Keep getting a missed call. 1 second.
Sorry. $100 for Swing. Buy 3. I guess I'm going to the LFS. Yep. Tina just got a wicked deal, Dave. I was telling her about white pipe organ, and I actually picked one up. I picked up the last one at my LFS, and she went crack hunting, aka coral shopping online, and she got 2 frags of it, $10 a piece. All right, now mind you, they're only the size, so like just under a quarter, but still, that's the start. That's how you build a colony. So I'm happy for her. She got some other stuff too. So. Morning, Tim. Timmy. Timmy. Yeah. I have nothing better to do than talk silly, so. Yeah. I'm going to put that back up for everyone to see for now. 10 SPS. You're doing 10 at once, Tom? There he is. He's back. Maybe.
showing up in the tops again.
Exactly, going to cut you out. That's all right,
Yeah.
man. Let it cut you out. We are aware.
I'm on a road called the Snakes Pass.
Snakes Pass. There you go.
No snakes up there though.
That's true. That's true.
Just the roads are really windy, like just like a snake. Whoa, look at this!
Oh, what do we got here?
Look at that!
Oh,
You see it?
hold on.
Look at all that snow.
Look at that. What's that? A deer?
Look at that. That looks wicked.
Oh, it's the view. Okay, gotcha. That is pretty nice view, man. When I do my trip to Montreal, I'll have to make sure I get some extra data so I can show people like that transition up into Quebec. Yeah, because New Brunswick, where I live, they call the picture province. So, yeah. No. It does look like one, doesn't it, Mel? Looks like a nice ride. Yeah, yeah, I've got most of where I'm going to present tonight sort of set up. I'm wishing I could borrow a proper tripod from a friend. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of it because I sold it to him. So, you think you did, eh? I was thinking that too, Dave. I really was. Waiting to see the guy carrying the bundle of sticks.
What's that?
The view when you showed it there, it almost looked like something from the Led Zeppelin 4 cover. You know, the old man with the bundle of sticks on his back walking in the British countryside.
All right. There's a popping.
Yeah, I bet they are. Do you know what the elevation is? That would be no. Sounds good. Well, I'm going to be doing my stream at, how far ahead are you from me, Tom? I'm at 11 o'clock in the morning. I would hope. Yeah, the sun's up. It's in the morning. Yeah, I'm going to run out, probably run out with the wife. I don't think we really got any shopping to do, but while we're out, we might as well get it done. But yeah, I will be doing that stream later. So Dre, I'm going to jump back to you. Hopefully you're still in the stream here, bud. What kind of question? Oh crap, I forgot that. That's all right. I got another paper. My life is surrounded by paper. What other stuff or what things would you like to know about on setting up that new tank? Did you have thoughts of where you wanted to go? So I can at least make it topical. Burn it down, burn the hot topic, burn it down. Okay, so my question is, if I cure my dry rock in a brute container, Dre asks, and make it live, do I still need to cycle the rest of the tank in the sand? Short answer, no. Long answer, yes. But it's more of a but. So when you set up your tank, if you cycle the rock, another good tip here, set up your rockscape prior to putting it in a container if you can. You don't necessarily need to use a brute. I've used Rubbermaid so that I can sit my rock work in it, fill the water up, and then cycle it that way so that my rock structure isn't out of balance, or tilted up or something that it's going to break apart. Once it's live, and it's properly cured, you got nitrates in there, you're not getting ammonia anymore, and it's dry rock, so you're going to have to, you can cycle it without anything in it, but it won't technically be as live as you would like. It'll have a very light biofilm, so you would need to add an ammonia source and probably add some Dr. Tim's One and Only or ATM Colony, something of that matter, into the container. Cycle it up, and then when you put it in the tank, the trick is don't let the rock dry out. So put your rock in, put your sand in, then start filling it up. You could add a couple of clowns, and I would still add a bacteria booster. So AKA ATM Colony, Dr. Tim's One and Only, or even Chem Stability in that case, because you do already have the biofilm, and you will still go through a mini cycle. And when I say mini, I mean minuscule amount, right? You'd probably have to use a Reef Keeper from Senai, not Reef Keeper, I forget what they call that, Reef Senai, or do your testing to even see the spike. And that would be fairly safe. There'd be nothing wrong with it. So no, you don't have to. It's wise to overdo it a bit on that end, just to keep if you're going to put fish in, to keep it safe. But if you take it out and you're going to put it in the tank and keep the tank empty, no, you do not need to do anything further. You can just let the tank finish it up, but you'll know that things are coming around with the diatom. That just tells you there's now life in your tank. So, and don't put your lights on at all, even if it is cycled rock, because you will still get some algae. So, not a lot, but you'll get some. So, that answer it? So, I'm going to write that down, right? Cycle. Perfect. Thank you, Dre. Anything else? It's actually a pretty good question. I would hope you love food, Vicky. We need it to live. Yeah. You can't live on just a toe. Tang in a glass. Yeah, I think we lost Mike again. That's all right. It happens. He's driving through the mountains of large hills, we call them where I am. My series is going to start for you noon, roughly around noon. Yeah. Yeah. No tang in a glass, but you need a tang in a glass. There is nothing funnier than watching a fish geek have an aneurysm. Okay, it's fun. Sorry. Doing things and watching somebody that, their idea of doing it right is having a complete and utter nuclear meltdown is, what it is, right? So, of course my phone's ringing. Just a bill collector. Nobody calls me anymore. The whole world now is either texting or emailing. Somebody calls you on the phone now. It's like when somebody knocks at your door. Who's that? It used to be happy to have company. Now it's like, who the hell is that? Nothing wrong with being new to the hobby, Dre, at all. I'm heading for 4 years, and I still call myself new to the hobby with people. It really is, right? So it's, there's many ways to skin the cat in this hobby. There's many ways to screw up in this hobby. You're going to. Don't feel bad. Live and learn from that mistake. And hopefully your mistake isn't catastrophic. See more coffee in bed with the live stream. Yeah, that's why I said reefing in bed, just like Brian Wilson did. Yeah. Call it compulsive. Call it insane. Whatever it is, I just can't stop. Anyway, probably get flagged for that. So for those that are in the stream and they don't know, Aaron's Aquarium is doing a Lemons for Leukemia challenge. And what he would like is anybody that can is to make a short video of yourself, say your name and that you are, doing the Lemons for Leukemia challenge, which is about the bone marrow registry in the US and the UK, EU. You can register for it. You're not donating anything for it. There's no money here. Donating would be bone marrow, which we all know is painful. But he's very passionate about it. So I've hopped on it. I will be putting up a video of it, and if you put up a video of it and message him on his website or on his YouTube channel, he will be making a compilation of everybody and showing it. So setups, because everyone has a different way of doing it. Equipment, what you need versus what you don't. Okay, that will be getting answered in my stream. Right, not to be cryptic, but I will be talking about what you need to have a tank. And a reef tank is different, right? Remember, there's again the many ways to skin a cat in this hobby. It's what your ultimate end goal is that really dictates what you need versus what's nice. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need a skimmer. It is really nice to have the skimmer, and depending on what corals you're going to keep may become mandatory. So, things like that, right? That's kind of what I'm hoping to answer today. It's really funny that while I'm doing my run out here shortly, I've got to make notes of this. So I'm actually going to be using my voice recorder to peek me back. So when I come up with oh yeah, I should talk about this, not dip the toe or tang in a glass. Yeah. I already call you that. What? What do I call you, Melanie? What do I call you? You got it, Larry. Water changing is in a nano system environment, especially replaces the skimmer. Yeah. And Melanie, I'm still interested. What is it I called you? A donor. Oh, yes. And the reason, well, I'll explain that inside joke. I was in the hospital once, and a motorcycle accident victim did come in. He did make it. I'll just add that as a nice thing that he did make it. But he was laughing. He goes, an organ donor came in, and I'm like, oh, someone died? You guys are doing? And he goes, no. He goes, that's what I call people that ride motorcycles. Oh, and then I thought about it. Oh, he's right. So when I used to be where I worked, it was on a main drag. And when I say main drag, like you could pick up some serious speed. This was a nice long straight stretch here in St. John. And you'll always get some guy in a rice rocket or crotch rocket, call it what you want, and you zing, and you go flying by. And I'd say, hey, look, there go my kidneys. So, yeah. Diabetics need motorcycle riders. Oh, absolutely. Vicky is right. And if you want to go check that out, that is Mad Dog TV. You'll know it because you'll see Mad Dog's lovely face and a peace sign, I do believe, for his avatar. And check out their video. They did it. It's quite cute. Yeah, so snowy days. Yeah, I don't know anything about snow. Yeah, right. I live in Canada. Know all about it. Yeah. Oh, and talking about export. Thanks, Larry. You actually just piqued my memory on something. And you'll have to excuse me, being it's going to be my first stream where it's not just freeform. You'll live. Country will shut down. We'll all laugh at you. That's the way it works. Like I said, if you look up the, meme, and it shows, a little bit of snow in the UK, the country shuts down, declares a national emergency. A little bit of snow in Texas, and people are dying and running off the road. And it shows a picture of Russia and the snow up to the roof of the houses going, comrade, please. And then it shows just a white panel and it says Canada and it says, bitch, please. Yeah. No, snow for us is just par for the course. That's all. So. And the other thing I'll say, Dre, and I'll just say it early because it is a very important thing. Patience is everything. Don't try to rush the tank. If you do try to rush it, bad things happen fast in this hobby. Good things are always slow. So. And bad things can be epically fast. I do have had experience with people whose tanks turned on them in a matter of hours. So, yeah, shops close. Yeah, it's Armageddon. It's the rapture. It's snowing. It's always snowed in England. Holy crap. I don't know what's wrong with you folks. It's just snow. I wouldn't ride a motorcycle in the snow. Melanie. Definitely would not work out for you very well. That's for sure. Everyone hates snow. Canadians hate snow. We can't wait for it, and then once it gets here, all we do is bitch about it. Trust me. You know, I was laughed at a friend of mine. The problem with snow is you got to shovel it. You got to get out there and move it out of your way because, believe it or not, it just doesn't work. Excellent, Dre. That'll come in handy, man. There's just going to be times that are just going to be, because your tank is just not doing what you want it to do, or it's freaking out, or it's causing whatever issues that you're having. The demand for coffee. So I did not drink a whole pot of coffee, contrary to popular belief this morning. You don't want patience, Lisa, or did I miss something? No, I just want to beat my kids. Whoop them. Yeah. Those plastic rods for turning the blinds work great, by the way. Well, I would add to that, Tom, or Dave, sorry, Tom. Tom's gone already. Sorry if I called you Tom already. Again, there's not enough coffee to make my day better. It really comes down to you're going to chase a certain number, but if you start spending your time and it becomes all consuming, then the hobby is no longer going to be enjoyable. You're gonna drive yourself nuts, right? So if you're chasing 440 calcium and you're dosing a tank that is not something that really needs to be dosed, that you're going to have a bad time. That's where we're coming from, right? We'll get into that. You'll learn that. I am not going to super hyper focus on people in this. Help is help. We'll be there. This is a pretty good community of people. You have Aaron's Aquarium, that poor Bella and Mike traveling to his LFS right now, eating his chicken. My ears are popping. I must be having sympathetic ear pops for Mike. That's chronic for me. If I drive anywhere, I live in what's called the St. John River Valley. So when I drive out of the valley, and it's a couple thousand feet when you're heading up. So we always laugh that here in St. John, it might be, now we do everything in Celsius in Canada. I'll do my best to do the conversion on the fly. So if it's 20 here in St. John Celsius, which would be about 70 Fahrenheit, you drive up to Fredericton just 45 minutes away, and it can be up to 10 degrees warmer. So how I lived up there for 12 years without exploding, and then I figured it out. Air conditioning is my friend. So, and I used to keep it icebox cold. I am a true Canadian. Anything above about 12 degrees, and I'm kind of unhappy about it. Which for you, my American brethren, would be 54 to 60. I'm pretty happy. Oh, I'm sure. I hope it does. That's the reason I'm going to do it. And I've been trying to kind of find my niche. So there's 4 of us that are streaming all the time, Dre. Wednesdays is Dev. And God forbid, I do not remember what his main topic of conversation. He goes around. He usually debates techniques in the hobby, I think, is what he does. And usually has some pretty interesting guests on his stream. He's a fellow Canadian. He's up British Columbia. Then there is Reefing with O on Thursdays, and it's Tech Talk. And Reefing with O does he's an apex nut. Okay, he if I've ever seen somebody excited by technology in this hobby, O takes it hands down. Nobody gets as ramped up and excited about things in this hobby that are technical, aka like an apex system, rating on lights, M1 Vector pumps, and then making that all work together and do its thing. He just really, really has a wonderful grasp on that. Fridays are Reefing Community Worldwide warm-up show for Aaron's Aquarium, an hour after that. And then on Saturdays is going to be Reefer Madness. And I'm thinking about tacking from the beginner's point of view. Yeah. And I'm getting an airstone, and I will be bubbling, and Richard can suck it. I'm going to try it in this tank because this tank's so new that I would like to see it thrive. I'm thinking my euphyllias could use a little help in here. They were under some pretty bad duress in my 120. So in here, the newer corals that I put in are doing extremely well. Like you look at that plate. Look at the extension on that plate. Oh, Devin's entertaining. I like Devin a lot, actually. But if you can see that Fungia plate, the orange blue tip, I don't know what to call that. It is not just a Hunter orange one. It is actually orange with purple and blue. The lights are doing it zero justice. You can kind of make out that the tips are not orange. So, and I've got my lights all converted in this one too. I've got some cyans running on my daytime lights now, and I got UVs running. And I think I might add a couple more UVs to the blue stream here, so we'll see. I hate it when my ears start popping. Yeah. So, yeah, that stream, I'm looking forward to it. I've got about, we're going to keep about 20 to 30 minutes left in the stream here, so don't leave me yet. Hello to everybody who's popped in. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'm the jack of all trades guy, I think. Good at a lot, not excellent at it one time. No, that's a lie. I'm pretty good at some stuff. So, Dre, yeah, if you're looking at this tank's only been up and running now about 2 months. And there were fish in it from day one without cycling my rock, by the way, just so you know. Yeah, there's a video of me actually setting it up, doing the drilling and putting the sump in and everything. So if you want to watch that, Dre, that'll give you some info too, I hope. I've been getting better at the video side. I'm still working on that. But streaming seems to have become a facet of my life. So there you dip the toe. There it is, Vicky. That's going to become the thing, right? Don't be afraid to dip the toe. Yeah. At all. That's it. I just got to dip the toe. Yeah. Ain't no one got to know. I get my thumbs down yet for the day? I did. I have a thumbs down, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I take that as a point of pride. Somebody does not like what I'm doing. That's how can you not like this? How can you not like this? What are you looking at the fish and going, he's got a rasp. Fuck him. I don't like plates. Mike Aaron there from Aaron's Aquarium, the guy that was in here, and hopefully will be before I get back off to set up for the show. I did get 2 yesterday. You are correct. I had 2 people that didn't like my wrasse. The wife was already talking about if we can add another fish to the system, and I'm like, we probably could. I did seed tiger pods into this tank already, so we'll see if they take off. And I did actually remember, guys, to add pods the open bottle. Everybody was still alive. I get them from Strange Reef. He does that here locally. And for those that may have missed it, Jack Corey is his name, and he will be doing a live stream with me sometime. I'm hoping this week. He's a busy fella. His dad runs Corey Feed, and that's where his experience comes from. They made the fish food for the salmon and fish stocking industries here in New Brunswick and actually the Atlantic provinces. So, you know, when you're eating your salmon, and it probably came from here, they ate Corey Foods. So that's where he got his experience from. Yeah, the only problem is you got to unbury them. Yeah, you know what? A turkey baster, when you see it happen and you just spray them off, they stay happy. I was sad when my mint green striped plate stripped away on me. I never did understand what happened there, but you know, sometimes you just don't know. You test everything and it all looks okay and it still dies. So, but I had it for 2 years and he was constantly getting buried, whether through me or the gobies, you know, that kind of thing. So, morning, John. Oh yeah, turkey basters, man. Get yourself a Betty Crocker one. The reason I say that is they have that soft Rubbermaid style plastic on them, and they don't. That way they don't shatter on you. You know, the thin plastic ones, they work too, but the problem with them is that they tend to crack after a while. So well, that's all right, man. You can listen to me for a few minutes, and I am streaming there. Like I said, I'll still be going probably when you get home from work, but you will miss the beginning part. I'm going to hammer that time down. I just got to figure out what works for the people in the UK. So, because I want to, you know, get both parties involved, right? So. Have a look. Look for a jawbreaker. Have you seen the jawbreaker plates, guys? Yeah, like if you want to Google it, look up Fungia jawbreaker plate. Holy crap. Look at the price. When a plate the size of what's in there, which is about 3 inches, is $3,000. You know, that's some tasty food there, right? You know, imagine putting that in your tank and having that strip out on you. I don't know if they're still that much, but they were when they showed up. Nope. Yep, John's a fairly regular fellow. And he comes into the stream. Anyway. Oh, phrasing. So, yeah, my lights should be coming on. That'll be kind of the indication that we're getting to the end, actually, to be honest. And that's just a short stream. I just wanted to get on. I saw nobody was up. I said, what the hell, I'll throw one up. And first one in was, who was first in? Dre? I think you were pretty close. I know Mike jumped in fairly quick. He was on his way to the LFS, saw that I got on. I always appreciate Mike hopping in here. I got to stop saying Mike. Screw Mike. He's a bellend. So. And if you're in this stream, you're going to find out that the British humor just tickles us North Americans to no end. Their sayings. Eating their French fries, their chips with mushy peas and curry sauce, right? Get all grossed out. Yeah, people really have gravitated to streaming. Oh, look, speaking of Mike and the mushy peas and curry sauce.
That's not me, that's Paul.
I know. I just love O's reaction to it. It's always entertaining to listen to O just amazed at this. And it's like, you know, O's originally Jamaican, isn't he? As I recall. Yeah. And it's like, man, jerk chicken is the grossest thing in the world to me. It was. And I developed a taste for, you know, anything jerked, which is just, I believe, the spice they put on it and the technique they cook it. And I'm just like, wow, when did that happen? You know, it's like, it turned out that the hotter the food, because I love curry. So green curry specifically is my favorite. And it's just funny that he's so grossed up by that. I know people that look at jerk chicken and just, it's revulsion in their eyes, right? So.
I love it. I love anything spicy.
Yeah, spicy food's the
Not
best
too
food.
spicy. I have a level.
Yeah, I don't want to be crying when I'm eating my food.
When it gets to a certain level of when it's more pain than pleasure, then I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do like a do like it to make my nose trickle a little bit, or
Yeah, if it's just the right, you got it. Yeah, just the right level, right?
Give me a nice little tingle.
Yeah, there was. I developed a taste for hummus in the last couple of years with Breton vegetable crackers. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but it just became a thing, and I was having a good laugh.
Chili hummus, right?
Chili. Yeah, okay.
Chili flavor hummus with chili flavor Doritos.
Oh
my God,
that does sound good, actually.
It will end your life, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, it'll be worth it. Yeah, I gotta watch out. I gotta watch my wife. She has gastrointestinal issues, and she basically she's got acid reflux, is what most people would call it, but it just wrecks her.
In the throat.
Yeah, but hers is in her lower tract, so it wrecks her, top to bottom, right, when it's really bad. And she of course she has medications to control it, and it's just to stop the acid production. She's on a drug for that, and it's really funny. She eats foods that most people would only eat on a dare because it's spicy enough or whatever, right? But and those don't bug her. But if she eats just regular bolognese or red sauce, done, just done. Might as well just bury her in the ground. She's so racked up. And it's funny that we found this one hummus, and it was called Caribbean Jerk Hummus. And I tried it, and I don't know why I love it so, but I love it so. And now I can't get it. They're no longer carrying it because most people don't like it. It's too spicy, right? Yeah, Canadians are very bland. When you think about what poutine is, which is just French fries with either barbecue sauce, which is not my favorite. It's not barbecue sauce like you put on ribs, but like barbecue gravy, I guess would be the better word. I personally prefer it with a beef or a brown gravy on it. And cheese. And I don't mind it if it's mozzarella. Cheese curds are better. But it's very bland. Everyone's like, oh, it's so flavorful. What are you talking about? It tastes like gravy. It doesn't taste like anything else. If you get good flavored gravies, yeah, they make it there's a place here, I think it's called the Poutine Hut up in Fredericton, and they make all these different types of poutine. And I'm just like, I can make that at home. Why am I going to pay you for it? It doesn't take anything to do, but that's just me. I mean, there are Canadians that are viciously adamant that poutine is the greatest thing that's ever been made. And I'm like, wow, you just forget about all the other cool food, right? Jerk chicken. Yeah, if you look it up, John, look it up. See if you can find it. Give it a try. You might like it. Caribbean food. Everyone talks about curry lighting you on fire or chili and all that. There are jerk foods. My wife's jerked prunes. They joked about on Futurama.
What?
Hermes. Remember jerked prunes? I call it Caribbean Drano.
Jerked prunes.
Jerked prunes. And they call it Caribbean Drano.
That sounds disgusting on the way in and painful on the way out.
Yeah, that's all it says. Caribbean Drano. Yeah. If you can't go to the bathroom, there you go.
No, I literally don't know where I am.
I'm sorry.
This is the first time I've ever been to where I am.
Dave was joking about it. He was saying when you were turning around trying to find a different route there when it first happened, right? Yeah. Recalculating. Yeah. You don't have a GPS?
Yeah, I'm using it now, but where I was, obviously, there's no internet connection, was there? So no internet connection meant no recalculation.
Right. Yeah. So, if you're just tuning in, Mike Aaron is lost in his own country.
I've discovered a new part of it. I've just been down a road that was called Snake Pass, and I've never been on it. I've known of it, but I've never been on it because there's an alternate road which is quicker. So I've just never been on it, and I've just been on it then, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna next weekend. I'm gonna get the drone and I'm gonna go back down because honestly, it was picturesque as hell.
Yeah, Britain is, man.
Oh, it's like, because obviously the snow's melted on the top. These waterfalls cascading down the side of the mountains and stuff. Looks beautiful. Take my camera and my drone up there. Oh, the shots that I'm going to get, beautiful.
Nice.
And it's obviously, everything's still red. All the leaves and all the trees and everything's still red. So it looks really, really nice.
Sweet. I can't wait to see that. Actually, I love it. You've done a couple of them, haven't you? Drone shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I got
Don't
a buddy
use
of
it that
mine. He moved away,
often.
but we were laughing about it. There are really weird laws now in Canada about drones. But it was funny that he got right into it, and we were laughing about doing, welcome to wherever in New Brunswick, right? And showing people basically the St. John River Valley. If you look up St. John River Valley, there's going to be pictures on YouTube, and you're going to be like, wow, like I showed people my backyard where I lived. I think you saw that, didn't you? Anybody in the chat? Did you guys see that when I was showing where I used to live prior to here? And the Burton Bridge, which crosses the St. John River at that point, was right in my backyard. And if you tried to swim across that, it was almost a mile. Right? So it's no joke, that river. And people are like, oh, yeah. And what I want to do, and I'm going to do it, is I'm going to show you how far up that river floods. When it does, usually in the spring after a really good heavy snowfall, it has, at its worst, only made it to our back doorstep. Right? But we live on a floodplain. So technically, if the dam upriver ever let go, you got 2.5 minutes to get out of Dodge. In other words, you can't. And somebody said, what are you going to do? I'm going to get on the bridge, is what I used to say. It's been there, and it's been through a piece of the 105 highway on the other side of the river, actually picked up, floated away, hit the bridge, and kept going. Right? So it hit the abutment or whatever they call it on the bridge. Yeah. But it's amazing in the summer. It's just, except for the mosquitoes. They suck. Mosquitoes in Canada can pick you up. I'm not kidding. I've seen them so big that you're just like, wow, you've been eating your Wheaties. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so actually somebody did a Canadian Air Force thing, and it was a mosquito. I have to find that. That was hilarious. Yeah. Tropical areas and lush. Oh, Jamaica. Yeah, well, those places are always nice till the hurricane comes and wipes it clean. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it's funny that, look at the areas we all live in. You guys in the UK, definitely you would not think, reef tank, tropical reef tank. Canada, you expect somebody that lives near it to be more interested in it. And then I went, no, not at all. I said, the people that don't get to see it all the time are the ones who really want it. Why would a guy who goes out swimming on a reef every day want a reef tank? And go out and swim with the fish right there, and get eaten by a shark. But,
Rip's got one. And he could dive. Rip.
Oh, yeah.
Rip Van Winkle. He's got one, and he literally goes out, has a look at it in real life and goes, ooh, take it home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was telling me that he's allowed too, isn't he? As long as there's a certain rule to it for him. But I mean, he can go visit like the Bengay Cardinal. You guys swimming across there. They're mostly ORA and raised in captivity now, but they used to all come from what's called the Limbic Strait in the Philippines. And I think he's really close to that, which you guys don't really want to watch that, by the way. It's full of garbage. But anyway, let's not go there. But yeah, I forgot Rip's over in the Philippines. Yeah, he's a Canadian too.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you didn't know. Are we killing time for you, Mike? Are you going to make it? You must be getting close.
I'm here as far as I know. Well, 7 minutes away.
There we go.
I think I'm in Sheffield Centre.
Ah, the home of. You went to Sheffield. You went to the home of Def Leppard.
Yeah. Well, this is where the shop is, Sheffield. But I've never been. Whenever I go to places, it's normally just the case of I go to where I need to go, then I'm out again. I don't really, look at the places that I go to. Don't really go on a bit of an adventure like at the moment. Like, obviously coming down that road and going this way into Sheffield, I'm seeing things I've never seen before. But the reason why I'm scanning so much is obviously because I drive for a living. I'm scanning it and memorizing it so that if I'm ever down there again, I know which way to go. Because I can't rely on sat navs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what happened earlier on when it just obviously there's no internet connection, so it wasn't working. So I need to take in as much as I can. So I'm just scanning about and just seeing, trying to memorize the place.
Yep, exactly right. Oh, right. I got her thing on my phone, so I got to make sure I do that today too. Just peek at my memory. So.
God.
Oh, another guy with back problems. Saltwater Jeff Vicky had 3 vertebrae fused in his spine just recently. That's got to be a pain, no pun intended, for working on his tank. He was even talking about it, that getting down into a sump is just, something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the other thing we all deal with, right?
Yeah. Sure is. Oh, God.
It is. Oh, there isn't a whole lot to talk about. That was a great stream last night, man. That conversation went on for another almost 3 hours. Yeah.
I know, normally the conversations last an hour, don't they?
Yeah. Ick is polarizing. It really is, man. And Tina, wanted, she wants to get that Ruby Reef in the rally, and you can just remember that it's a treatment, not a cure, right? And and she finally
I don't even know that. I don't even know whether it is or what it is. I don't know what it is, but
I could not find the medicinal ingredient, right? So, I told her, I said, I have no advice to give one way or the other. That Polylab Medic, that snake oil.
I'm gonna message Don, see if I can get him on and talk about it, because it is medicinal. It's 100% medicinal, because we can't get it here because of the import cost of it, because it's medicinal. Nobody will stump up the cash to bring it in.
Yeah.
So it's definitely medicinal.
I'll tell you this: the Cordon Kikik, it is. It even says it's a treatment, not a cure, and it says that if this doesn't help and things still slide bad, to get the fish out and treat them with X copper product that they have, right? Which she got it. Tina just full on. I get this, right? And I said, yeah. I said, so whatever's in that Ruby Reef is going to help you fish. The support method we talked about versus tearing the fish out and stressing them and doing all that, support them in the tank and hopefully not destroy your reef. That's always my fear. That's why I don't treat in the tank. It's just, do I really want to put something in there that my corals are going to take exception to? And I do believe she read on the Ruby Reef website that it can kill your inverts.
Right.
So there you go. It will still wipe out, your shrimp or your snails, right? Yeah. But yeah, so we're definitely, I was laughing with Vicky. I only got 1 thumbs down today. I'm not happy. I had 2 yesterday.
I can give you 1 if you want.
No, that's okay. Let's not start a trend. Yeah, but
don't talk about it if you don't want it.
Oh, no, come on. Just
listen. Make a wish and it'll come true.
Yeah, exactly. If you put a wish in one hand and poop in the other, see which one gets filled first, though. So,
right. So how long are you on for?
I'm going to be off in about 10 minutes. So I can. Yeah.
Is Paul streaming as well?
Is Paul streaming? So I'll hop in probably there. So there you go, folks. Reefing Community Worldwide is up and streaming. So if you need to keep your streaming fix on, head right on over there. Reef Community Worldwide. I'll get a link because I actually have my stuff up here. So for a change, because I do have to go out. I do have to get stuff done to get this done. So, all right, let's see here. He's up. I got the volume off so I can get out of here. And here's the link in case you're lazy and you don't want to find it. Head on over to talk to him. And I'm going to pop over there, and I'm sure I'll say boo at some point. And then I will be back 4 p.m. Atlantic, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 8 o'clock BST. So spread it around. I hope to have a good turnout, and let's talk setup and getting started. Sounds like a plan. All right, Mike, you have to say you're almost there, so safe driving back home, and I'll be talking with you all later.
All right, see you, mate.
Later, guys.
David, bye-bye.